Hello and welcome to episode 4 of yelling at my past self to finally pick up an offhand weapon and use the dual wielding perks for a huge DPS boost. Well, also known as episode 4 of leveling a fighter from level 1 to level 20 without a death and without using player trading or the in-game merchants. We reached level 10 in the past episodes, so we can even choose a third perk now. A third underwhelming perk due to refusing to pick up an offhand weapon. I mean, in my defense, I value movement speed very highly, and I think my past self was just very focused on finding an offhand weapon that actually either has good stats or good damage, or is like a blue weapon that I can actually use as well. But in hindsight, that is just not necessary or worth it, because any offhand weapon with a minus 10 movement speed penalty written on it will not reduce my movement speed very significantly at all, while the DPS increase I would get from it is actually very significant. I believe when you check in-game how much your movement speed actually changes when you have an offhand equipped versus when you don't have it equipped. I believe if, for example, my base with my weapon drawn is like 95% movement speed, then it would go down to like 92% movement speed or something like that. So it's not nothing, it is noticeable, but considering I get plus 5 flat damage and plus 15% attack speed, I do think it should be worth it. It's basically like sacrificing defense for offense in a way, but you're sacrificing a little bit of defense, maneuverability, and ability to dodge hits for quite a lot of damage. Like plus 5 weapon damage and plus 15% attack speed should translate to more than a 20% increase in damage. Going from 95 to like 92 or 91%, it's like around a 5% movement speed reduction, right? So I'm trading 5% movement speed for about 20% DPS. So that should be a trade that I should be more keen on taking than I am here. Yeah, I mean, maybe this time, right? Maybe this time past Shaggy will come to his senses and actually pick it up. Yeah, I hear some commotion over there. This room, while I do enjoy spawning here, features some interesting spawns. That means that either a second or up to 3 players can spawn in or very close to this room. And it can be an absolute battlefield in even the first few seconds of a game, first minute or two of a game. And we do see 2 people duking it out over there. Finally use my bow a little bit and decide to harass them a bit, but in the end, once one player takes out the other one, when I'm at range, they can probably get out of there before I manage to get there. So I do prefer to be closer to the action. And I chug a shield potion here and jump into the action. And I see that the fighter has taken out the other player and is playing very defensively here, crouching with his shield raised, and I swing my falchion at the bare little feet slapping around on the wooden floor, and they fall in one single hit. And yeah, if you notice that there is a third party nearby, going all in on an engagement is usually not a good idea, because exactly this is what tends to happen. We find some nice loot here. Come on, stop ignoring the short sword. Pick it up. Do it! Oh no. My attempts at influencing my past self fail. And we continue on without trading 5% movement speed for 20% DPS. I'm not sure if it's actually 20% DPS, but like the 5 flat damage are a bit more than 10% DPS or 10% flat damage, and the 5 flat damage on every single swing, actually the perk that I'm interested in the most. The attack speed one is nice, but you cannot always take full advantage of it, because I like to take the downtime in between the swings as an opportunity to position myself better, to try to dodge some of the opponent's hits. And there are many times where I don't even go for like a combo of basically keeping my mouse button pressed and going for the 1, 2, 3 combo that actually gets affected by attack speed. I do like to also just go for like singular strikes. Like you're seeing here, for example, where I just go for one strike, then I stop swinging because I need a bit of increased movement speed. Because when you stop swinging, you get increased movement speed, as opposed to when you're swinging, which slows you down to almost a crawl. So going for one swing and then stopping to reposition is something I tend to do quite a lot. So I don't think the 15% attack speed can be seen as a full 15% damage increase in all situations. Since it can be very hard to take advantage of, and there's very few classes that I actually like to just be in their face and continuously swing into. Rogues and rangers, wizards, maybe clerics, but definitely not fighters and barbarians. And I mean, against most of those classes, if I'm in their face swinging at them, I usually have won the engagement, to be fair. For example, against the wizard and the ranger. But most of those classes will also not just allow you to be in their face and continuously swing, right? Like half of those classes will try to run away and create distance. But yeah, as I'm clearing this room, this barbarian just jumps down from the floor above. And ooh, I got stuck between the mobs here. Super dangerous situation, but I managed to crouch jump on top of the barrel and get out of there. And now the barbarian is in a bit of trouble with all the mobs. But yeah, definitely got taken down to very low health, and it probably also took a few months off of my lifespan because of the stress. But I do get some potions in and managed to make it out of the room. But it seems that the army of skeletons has decided to follow me instead of the barb. Walk up to them to give them a little kiss on the cheek and then back off right away. Do this to like bait out their swings and create some time and distance for me to drink more potions. But now I'm stuck between a skeleton and a hard place, so there's not really any other way for me to clear those out. And I take a little hit, yeah, from the skeleton as revenge for the little kiss I gave them beforehand that was unsolicited. Why did this— oh my god, this barbarian really just drink an invis potion and wait for me there? Jesus, I got taken down to 1 health as I turned around and managed to just barely take them out with a shot to the head from my fashion. Oh my god. This game is taking multiple months off of my lifespan, I'm telling you that. And the stress continues as the zone keeps coming and I am so low. And I heard noises on the other side of door, but it seems to have been above. No, there, I definitely hear steps. Yeah, there's a fighter chasing me now, and I am oh god damn, I'm scared. I run out into the storm and try to cycle around a bit, try to shake him off while my potions are ticking. It's not optimal to be in the swarm, but it's better than engaging a fighter on full life while I am on like 1/4 of my life. This little round I made actually shook him off, like he stopped chasing me. Once I have like decent HP up, I pop a shield potion and go to see where this fighter has gone. But the fighter has found a portal and is not interested in duking it out with me anymore, and just gets the hell out of here, which, yeah. Honestly, after all the stress of this game, I am kind of fine with that. And looking for an exit for myself, I could either wait for another escape portal to spawn. There should be 2 more spawning, like 1 more very soon and 1 more at the very end of the game. But instead I just decided to check out the staircase that always opens in a late circle in the Goblin Caves and can be used by 1 single player. And I found it open. And escape. And we're up to level 11. Just picking up any offhand weapon would definitely be better than what I'm running right now. But I will just, you know, honestly, I'm just gonna be making excuses for myself and saying that I am using my mobility and movement so well and to such a insane degree that sacrificing 5% movement speed for a little more DPS is just not worth it. And, well, I'm gonna pretend that literally anyone in the entire world just bought into my bullshit. So don't mind me while I do that and sell all my gear, and we're gonna get right into game 8 in a moment. Alright, loading into game number 8 of the run here. Getting closer and closer to the goal of reaching level 20. And straying farther and farther from God as I do not pick up a single offhand weapon. And yeah, this is what I meant last game as well, right? Like a player spawned right there across from me and I grabbed my longbow and tried to hit them a few times, but it's out of reach now. And I want to... oh, I do believe the guy just died to the Goblin Warrior. To be fair, I think my longbow shot took them to very low health already, or like at least took a big chunk out of their health. And rogues, in case you didn't know, have I believe the lowest starting will stat of any class, and will is responsible for making buffs on you last longer and making debuffs last shorter. But since rogue has like basically negative will, debuffs on them last longer and buffs last shorter than standard amount. So if a rogue gets hit by a goblin, they apply a pretty hefty damage over time effect, and for rogues it takes like extra long, so they get like giga shreked if they get hit by a goblin here. Like, it's not a good time. If you've played a rogue, you can probably confirm that taking one swing from a goblin warrior is like, okay, I guess I am barely hanging on to life by a thread now. Oh yeah. Not the best. Like, I would be kind of a little bit pissed if I was that rogue and like I spawn in and the fucking fighter with a blue longbow just shoots me as like in the first second of the game. But well, Dark and Darker can be a bit of a rough time sometimes. Pick it up, do it. No, not me going over another offhand. You know what, I could just edit all these parts out of the video where I find an offhand and then just pretend I never find an offhand. How do you guys feel about that? Honestly, if I keep this up, I might have to. I might have to start doing that. But yeah, check out, there's no potion in there, so I'm not like super interested in clearing it out right now. There can be like a shield potion or healing potion spawning there. And yeah, I hear some other player around the corner. It's a rogue sharpening his sword. And wow, with 2 stabs and the bug at my ass, I get taken down to super low HP super fast. I try to react, pop second wind and create some distance, but the rogue is already back and finishes me off. And wow, that was a very abrupt end. And yeah, running weak point plus rupture with a purple dagger made this rogue a huge menace. Like, he came around the corner swinging and took me out in like 1 second. That was something I was not prepared for at all. And so the run comes to an end. Very deserved death for me here for refusing to pick up any offhand. I've gotta say, it was a little bit of an anticlimactic end and something I did not even really want to include in the video because it felt like a little bit of an embarrassing death. But I mean, rewatching it, it was not that easy to like play this a lot better, I think. Like, the issue was really that I had this bug hitting me at the same time as a rogue, which slowed me down, and there was a moment where this rogue actually disappeared into the doorway and created some distance, and if I didn't have the bug hitting me at that point, then I could have created distance and ran away with my second wind active before the rogue could have caught back up to me, I think. But yeah, that just goes to show that, like, one moment you're feeling super confident, you've just killed a bunch of people in a row, and you're just looking for an offhand sword, making fun of your past self, and a rogue turns around the corner, cuts your throat, and you find yourself lying on the ground, bleeding out, wondering where it all went wrong. This will do it for this season of the One Life Fighter Challenge, and I will see you guys in the next video, which is gonna be Season 3 of attempting to leveling a fighter to level 20 without a death. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Although, if you do not wish to do so, I definitely understand. I deserve it for not ever picking up an offhand weapon in this run. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.